G'day, people of YouTube. What's going on? The name is AK, owner of eXtremeAzure Productions, and also a writer for the Enthusiast Gaming team. And today I'm going to be talking about gaming in a third world country and the challenges that are associated with it. Now, just to really establish what I mean by third world country, I mean nations that are considered to be developing nations. These are countries that have very small economies, relatively small populations in most cases, and also they don't have very big influence on the rest of the world. In most cases, they are heavily reliant on assistance from other bigger, more wealthier countries. So an example of a first world country, which is the opposite of third world, would be places like the United States of America, Canada, Japan, United Kingdom. Those are countries that are very big. They have a very big influence on the rest of the world. Whereas a third world country would be places like the Bahamas, where I was born and where I currently am, and Ecuador, where I'm currently staying. That is where I live. I'm only visiting the Bahamas right now. I'm currently staying in Ecuador, and other third world countries would be places like Cuba, Jamaica, Venezuela, Argentina, many places in Africa. And countries in Asia. Also, there are also a few third world countries there too, in Oceania, places like those. Like, these are smaller, like I said, smaller nations, typically small populations, but in most cases it's the economy. The economy is really what defines a third world country. It's just a small economy, and as a result, life there is typically not as convenient as living in a first world country. And that is so true from a gaming perspective. Now, like I said, I was born here in the Bahamas, lived here most of my life. I just moved down to Ecuador last September. I've been there for about 9 months now. And despite the fact that Ecuador and the Bahamas are two very different places in so many different ways, where they are similar is that being a gamer, you run into the exact same problem, and that problem is price. Now, gaming in most cases is a very expensive hobby. It's one of the most expensive hobbies that anyone can pick up. But when you're a gamer in a third world country, that makes things even more expensive and much less convenient than living in a place like, say, the United States. Now, the whole basis of this video is this thing. This is a PDP Afterglow Xbox 360 controller that I purchased back in 2015 from a Target store in Florida. It has served me very well. I really like this controller. The build quality of the actual controller is really nice. I like the feel of the buttons, and especially like the vibration motors. And the reason why it's called Afterglow is because, as you can see with this transparent shell, it lights up. It glows in the dark. It's really bright. I really like this controller. But the controller itself is fine. This is the problem. It's the cord. The bloody cord. It's crap. What happened is that this thing is long. I don't know the exact footage of it, but I think this is almost 10 feet or slightly less than 10 feet. It's a very long cord. As a result, when I'm done playing with it, I have to wrap it up around the controller, and I wrap it up very neatly, and it fits very well. But I'm guessing this is the problem. After consistently wrapping it up for the past 2 years, the wiring inside the cord has gone bad. I guess it must somewhere along the line is loose, and last night it just snapped, and now I'm getting absolutely no power running to this controller whatsoever. It is totally complete kaputski. It's dead. It's finished. Your life is over, bro. You had a good one though. Thank you for all your hard work. But anyway, that controller is now RIP. Rest in peace. I'm sorry, man. Even so, while it would be fairly simple to just go ahead and go to the store and buy a controller, which I can do right now, like I said, it's the price. The price. I went to one of the electronic stores here in Nassau, which happens to be the capital of the Bahamas, so most retailers are here on this island. I went to one of the electronic stores just to check and see what the price would be. I knew it would be expensive. I just wanted to see how much more expensive it would be than buying the controller in the US. Just take a guess. So the MSRP of an Xbox 360 controller, a genuine one from Microsoft, is about $30-40 US. I've seen them going for like $30 on Amazon, brand new. An Xbox One controller is the lowest I've seen on eBay, brand new, once again, genuine Microsoft Xbox One controller, is about $40. That's the lowest I've seen for a brand new controller, between $35 and $40. Guess how much it costs here in the Bahamas at this particular store? $86 for a Xbox 360 controller from Microsoft. It's not a third-party one like this, PDP one, but it's $86 for a controller that was first released 12 years ago. Why? Why? When Amazon is selling it for $30. Why? I can buy 2 controllers off of Amazon for $60, whereas one controller here in the Bahamas, one new Xbox 360 controller would cost me over $80. The Xbox One controller is even worse at costing over $100. A brand new Xbox One controller from Microsoft on eBay is $40, between $35 and $40. Whereas here in the Bahamas, it's over $100. Why? Why did you do this to me? I contacted another store. Their prices are a little bit better. They have Xbox 360 controllers going for about $60 and the Xbox One controllers going for over $80, but still, that's still much more expensive than if I were in the United States right now and I could just go ahead and buy it. And that is the major challenge. That right there is the major challenge of gaming in a third world country. It is the price of everything. It is always going to be more expensive. Like when I bought this 3DS here, it's the 3DS XL. It wasn't brand new, but it was used, but it was in very, very good condition. I got it off of eBay for, I think it was $180. I believe it was about that price 2 years ago. And it was, like I said, it was in very good condition. I was really happy to find it at this price, a used 3DS XL in very good condition. But when I imported it here into the Bahamas, I had to pay, I think it was either $80 or $100 more, all because it is a gaming product. The import taxes that they put on gaming products here in the Bahamas is absolutely insane. And the same thing is true for Ecuador. I've walked around the city that I live in, Cuenca, Ecuador. There are a lot of gaming stores, but it's the same story over and over again. The prices are insane. They have modern titles. They have brand new, just released titles on PS4, Xbox One, and even Nintendo Switch. But they are so much more expensive. They're like $80, $90 per game, sometimes $70. And the hardware is even more ridiculous. I've seen a Switch for $600. I've seen a PS4 Slim for $900. This is US dollars now. $900. Same thing here in the Bahamas. They use exact same currency. We have the Bahamian dollar, but it's equal to the US. So one US dollar is one Bahamian dollar. And in Ecuador, they use American currency completely. So everything there is dealt in US dollars. So this price is equal. It's just the price difference that's so extreme. $900 for a PS4 in Ecuador. Here in the Bahamas, I think I've seen PS4s for like $700. Xbox Ones for like $500, $600 in both Ecuador and here in the Bahamas. Gaming is just way more expensive in a third world country than it is in a first world country like the US. And to talk about this a little more, I want to throw it over to my buddy Eric, who is also part of the Enthusiast Gaming team. He lives in Argentina, which is another South American country like Ecuador. And he has a very similar experience to me of paying monstrous prices, all because he lives in a third world country and he is a gamer. So I'm going to throw it over to him.
Hello everyone, I'm Eric for Nintendo Enthusiast. Here in Argentina, those who are gamers usually have the challenge to pay quite higher price. In the case of the PlayStation 4, it was $100 when it launched back in 2013, and the Pro model, which is being released in a few months here, is around the same price. When I bought a PlayStation 3 last year, I remember I paid around $500. Either a PS3 or PS4 controller is around $95, and the games are usually between double or triple their value. The exceptions are usually from Sony first-party games. We only had some good deals once in a while with Sony, including rare occasions where some games are around their US price. An example of a promotion is what they are doing for Kids Day, where some retail chains are offering the PS4 Slim model and 6 games for $680. The Nintendo Switch, which is launching the same day, for $770 and no games. While there are some exceptions with Sony, Nintendo can be a total nightmare. My Wii U was a little more than $800, my Nintendo 3DS XL was around $500, and the NES Mini, which was officially released in the country, was about $200. It is worse when we talk about the Switch accessories, as the Pro Controller is at least $150, an extra dock is around $200, and a damn film for the screen is $50. It is not easy to be a gamer or collector here, that is for sure.
Alright, so I hope that you appreciate what both Eric and I have had to say about being gamers in third world countries. So if you live in a first world country like the United States, appreciate it. Appreciate it as just a resident and appreciate it as a gamer. You have so much more convenient and cheaper access to things like gaming products that we could only dream to have. Thankfully, even though I hate the fact that this controller died, because like I said, I really like this controller, it picked a good time to die because I'll be traveling to the US in about 2 weeks, so I'll be able to go ahead and pick up an Xbox One controller for the beautiful price of $40, instead of having to pay over $100 or $80 to get one here in the Bahamas, which I am not doing. Even though I really want a controller right now, I really want to replace it like right at this instant, I'm not paying that price. I'll just wait until I travel to the US in 2 weeks and just get it while I'm there. And that is basically the life of many Bahamians. They just travel to the US to buy things because it is just way too expensive to buy it here or even to have it imported. And the same thing is true if you're living in a place like Ecuador, same thing, high import taxes. Argentina, same thing, high import taxes. And many other third world countries, it's the exact same story. Either it's not in the country, what you're looking for is not in the country at all, and if it is in the country, it is going to be ridiculously more expensive than it would be in a first world country like the US. That is the life of living in a third world country. It is expensive, it is inconvenient, it is stressful. So like I said, if you live in a place like America, get on you. Good on you. Anyway, I'm going to wrap the video up here. Like I said, I hope you appreciate your position even more, and if you live in a third world country yourself, just know that you are not alone. There are many other people out there dealing with the exact same problem that you are dealing with. Alright guys, but thank you for watching. Enjoy the rest of your day or enjoy the rest of your evening, whatever time of day it is. Have a good one, and I hope to see you again in a future video. Hasta la vista.